Hello, hello, welcome everyone. Woo! Day 12 of Emerge Now, Unstuck and Unstoppable. I will just give everyone a few minutes just to jump online so that we can begin our journey together, right? Our journey to becoming unstuck and unstoppable. What I'm going to ask is that as you are joining this challenge today on day 12, that you would just go ahead and type in the chat. Type in the chat. Let me know who you are. Let me know that you're here because I want to celebrate you. I appreciate you being here today. Akpabio, woo, yes, my sister, you are here all the way from Nigeria. I am so grateful that you're here. For whatever reason, my Monette, great to see you today. I am so happy that you're joining me. And everyone else who's jumping on board, make sure you jump in, type that you're here so I know that I am not alone on this Saturday all by myself, right? I have two of my friends and I see there's more online. And we just want to have this beautiful afternoon where we can continue to have a conversation regarding becoming unstuck and unstoppable. You guys, there is something in my eye. I apologize. So listen. Hey Diana, how are you? Good to see you. Listen, we're having a 30-day challenge, and this 30-day challenge is called Emerge Now, Win Now, Unstuck and Unstoppable. This challenge, the goal of it is for us to eradicate self-sabotaging beliefs, release untapped potential, and experience greater self-confidence necessary to achieve the goals that you have inside of you, the ones that you have been called to birth. And your voice is what? What do I say? Your voice is necessary. You are necessary. What you have inside of you, the gift inside of you, is for others to receive that, to grow, and to know that they're possible, that it's possible, and that we're not alone. So, what I wanted to do before I get started, let me stop. Grab your journal. Remember, I want you guys to have your journal, your pen, write down information. There are going to be some nuggets that are going to come and some aha moments. I want you to write it down in your journal so you can keep track of that. I also want you, when I say something that is of value to you, something that resonates with you, I want you to type it in the chat. I want to know what you're thinking. I want to know that I'm on target, okay? So I want it to be interactive. And I just thank you and I appreciate everybody who is joining me today for this 30-day challenge. Yesterday, we talked about releasing the self-sabotaging beliefs so that we could become unstoppable. I think that's the goal for everyone. Everyone who's joining this one is pushing past their limits, pushing past being comfortable. We're learning how to become comfortable being uncomfortable. Well, with the self-sabotaging beliefs, I just want to start by asking you guys, have you ever experienced yourself knowing that there's something inside of you that you want to birth and just have come forward, that you may want to leave a legacy for the next generation, that you want to have greater satisfaction in your life, and yet you keep circling that mountain of fear, doubt, maybe even shame. You keep making the same decisions, wanting different results. Have you been there before? I know I have. I've been in a place where I know that, listen, I was supposed to write a book. Many of you guys know I'm writing it right now. It comes forward. It will be in the bookstores in January 2021. So I'm excited. But listen, how long did it take me? I was engaging in self-sabotaging beliefs. I was sabotaging my future. I knew that I had something inside of me, that my voice needed to be put on paper in order to release other people, in order to share my story so that people will know that they are not alone. But I'm ashamed to tell you that it took me I'm just going to make myself feel better, say more than 2 years of saying this same thing. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. Well, I decided in 2020, in the midst of what was supposed to be one of the worst times, I decided that I was going to make it one of my best times, that I was going to do something productive. And I buckled down and along with some other colleagues of mine, we said, you know what? I've been doing the same thing. we're going to write a book. Let's just do it together. So I would tell you more information about the book a little bit later. But right now, let's continue on with being emerging from being unstuck, emerging so that we can become unstoppable. Amen. So what I want to ask you, what I want you to think about is, as you're moving forward, how often do you have the thoughts and the beliefs to tell you to stop? How often do you have the thoughts and the beliefs to say, I want to be a better wife. I want to be a better employer. I want to be a better coworker. I want to be a better partner. I want to be better. There's dreams inside of me, and yet I can't seem to find my sail. I can't seem to get the wind. And now I'm drifting along just aimlessly because I can't seem to keep going. Every time I make some progress, I begin to stop. I've been there. I've been there. You quit before you begin because your mind begins to tell you a story of what happened before in the past when you tried and it didn't work out. See, the mind is only doing what the mind is supposed to do. The mind stores information, and when we have the information, it just keeps it there in a file cabinet. And then the file cabinet pulls out that information when we begin to experience different things in our life. And then we begin to say, oh, that's familiar. Okay, so when I pull it out the file cabinet, when you tried it that last time, this is what happened. It didn't work out. So in order to protect you, then we begin to engage in self-sabotaging behaviors and beliefs, and we begin to stop. We begin to listen to the voice of what happened in the past. Do you know sometimes we can go all the way back and remember when we were in high school, when you tried to maybe go for the football team, or you and stood before the class and said an essay and whatever it was, and your friends laughed, and you said, I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going to try. That didn't feel good. The fear of judgment, the fear of losing, the fear of just not living up to my own standards was too much to bear. And so we bring that with us all the way throughout our lives until we begin to create new associations with the behaviors. We have to create new associations. So what I found is that I am most insecure. I don't know about you. You type in the chat if this relates to you too. When I am pushed past my comfort zone. How about you guys? When you have to do something that you've never done before, do you go run into it and say, yes, I'll do it? Or do you tend to like pull back? For me, I pull back. I notice about myself that because I had to search myself in order to discover why I wasn't making the progress in the timely fashion that I desire. And I discovered for myself is when I was pushed past my comfort zone, I would overthink things. How about you? Have you ever overthought things? Have you ever like, okay, I can't move forward until I make it perfect. I can't move forward until I have all of the information. I can't move forward until I see myself as perfect. So when I present myself, which that's what emerging is called, it's presenting, it's that ta-da, it's that yes, aha moment, you're here before people, that I couldn't present myself until I thought that I was ready. Yes, we pull back and process first before we step out. But what I had to do is I had to change that because I was tired of thinking of all the things that would go wrong. I just think that too often we begin to focus on the things that are wrong as opposed to focusing in on the things that are going to go right. How about we do that? How about we have an and that maybe something didn't work out and we had a great lesson. Something didn't work out and we're moving forward. Something didn't work out to our satisfaction and we're staying in action. See, we have to stay in action. As we're moving in action, then those people and those things and those businesses that are called to us will begin to come and attach itself to us. But they're not going to attach. It's not going to attach until we get into movement. What I wanted to reprogram is to stop having that negative thinking, to stop having that thinking that the cup was half empty, as opposed to thinking the cup is half full. Have you guys ever done that before? You go into new charter territory and you're just seeing the fear of what happens if it doesn't succeed, as opposed to thinking about the fear if you do succeed. I mean, the fear if you don't succeed, if you don't even try. So that's how I reprogram my mind. When I think about the associations of pain, I had to turn my thinking around so I can stop self-sabotaging. And I had to say, okay, there's a fear associated to failing, to looking like a fool, to not succeeding. Okay, it is. But there's a greater fear that I have of not even trying. There's a greater fear that I have of not even moving forward, not contributing, not making a difference, not adding value. You see, so I had to find my why to my what. You know, with my son, I found myself pregnant at 22. I was a single parent, and I was just wandering aimlessly. And part of my family, they belong to a religion that doesn't necessarily encourage you to go and get higher education, to succeed in life. Just be. That really, to summarize, is just be. Then I had my sister who said no, and she's really the catalyst for me going to college. She said, no, you have to be independent. No, you have to be able to depend upon yourself. You need to carve out your mark. You need to add value to life. And it's not just about you, it's about those who are behind you. And then my why became my son. My why became, I have to make sure that whether I'm married, whether I'm single, look, I could be married and my husband, he may not leave, but what happens if he gets sick? What happens if he passes away and I find myself single again? I have to be able to care for my son. So my why was bigger than my why not. My why and the pain associated with not moving forward and trying to go into uncharted territory to override my mind and was saying, sure, what if you're going to fail? You know, those classrooms are large. Do you know those people? They're professors there. They're not like your college student, your high school teachers. They're professors. And my why was bigger than my why not. I had to say no to the fears and the thoughts that tried to come against me. And I said I was going to do it anyway. There was I had here with Thomas Edison. We talk about fear of failure, fear of not going forward. And I wrote this down, that when we talk about self-sabotaging and the fear of moving forward and how we just stop our own self because we are our biggest judge, that with him, as it relates to procrastination, as it relates to moving forward, he failed over 1,000 times when it came to that prototype of the light bulb that we use in everything, that we have everywhere. He failed 1,000 times, and he was being interviewed by some reporter. And they said, well, Thomas Edison, how does it feel to have failed 1,000 times? And I thought, that's just how it is in the world sometimes right now, where people highlight the failures as opposed to the winning. And he said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention of 1,000 steps. And I said, you know what, Thomas Edison, that is good. When we are moving forward and we are having mishaps and missteps and things don't go the way that we want them to go, look, it's just a step. Keep moving. It's a step towards where we want to be. And one day we're going to look back and we're going to say, you know what? That was just the prototype of where we were going. That was the prototype. Those were the steps to my success. Those were the steps that I had to take to get where I am. And so with you, I'm telling you, my friend, don't pull back, don't stop, stay in action. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. Don't let it stop you. Don't let it take the wind out of your sail. For us, We have to stop being so hard on us. We have to stop judging us so hard. Sometimes we see the flaws that other people don't even see. But what I had to say to myself was, you just keep watching. You just keep watching. I want you guys to type that in the chat. You just keep watching. Because as we're watching, you just keep watching. Because when we get to where we're going to get to, where we birth that dream, they're going to say, wow, how did you do that? And you're going to say, I did it by staying in action. I did it by moving forward. Yes, no matter what the missteps. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. Stop being so hard on ourselves. Yes. Deborah said, yes, definitely don't pull back. Don't. The world is waiting for your voice. The world is waiting for what you have inside of you. Your test is, you hear too often, your testimony, but it's true. Because too many people feel as if they're by themselves. Too many people feel as if they're all alone. And then that's when they begin to pull back, and that wind leaves their sail. But we're going to have a Thomas Jefferson moment. Yes, Deborah, we're just going to keep watching. Just keep watching me, because I'm staying in action. See, we're teaching people how to grow. We're teaching people how to fail forward. We're teaching people how to fall and how to get back up. We're teaching people everything that we're doing is adding value, because you're valuable. You were created for such a time as this. Your voice is necessary. What is inside of you is necessary. And every mishap is a growth step to our future. And I am just so appreciative of you being here on this 30-day challenge with me as we are growing together. See, I'm fighting my self-sabotaging beliefs as well. Look, on a Saturday, who's going to join me? But you guys are here. You encourage me. When you join me during the week and for this whole month, those who join me through the whole month, you encourage me to stay in action. As I want to encourage you to stay in action, to continue adding value. And I am so glad that I am speaking to you right now, Cheryl, because Pastor Cheryl, because I want us to grow together. I'm on this journey. I have a not stop in my spirit where I'm just going to go and I'm going to go and I'm going to become unstuck and unstoppable. And life is so much better when we are on the journey together. Emerge means and I'll leave you with this, is to unfold, to become, to be unstuck, to be present, to shine into a place where it wasn't there before. And I want us to emerge. I want us to become that aha. I want us to become unstuck and to come out of a place. This is it. I wrote it down. To make an appearance. We're going to make an appearance. And then people are going to see the possibilities that is possible for you to become who you were destined to become, that you have value, that you're enough, and that out of your love for humankind and for them, that you are going to pull back, you're going to reach back, and you're going to pull them along, and you're going to show them the blueprints on how to become unstuck and unstoppable. I am grateful that you joined me today. What I want you to do in your action steps, you guys have your journal. You guys make sure you have your journal with you. This is my success journal. I want you to continue writing down every day the aha moments and the action steps and really go forward. I want you to complete it overnight. Don't wait, because sometimes we lose it. If we don't use it, we lose it. And other things, distractions come in our way. So I want us to examine and identify areas where we may be exhibiting self-sabotaging behaviors. What I also am asking you to do is I want you to either put it in the chat, or I want you to message me and tell me the areas where you are becoming stuck, where you have been experiencing self-sabotaging behaviors, because I want to take some time on this. We have the rest of the month to do this. Remember, we are eradicating self-sabotaging behaviors and we're releasing untapped potential, which will result in greater self-confidence. So let's tackle these self-sabotaging beliefs. If there's an area where you haven't been able to release your potential to the extent that you desire, you find yourself getting stuck going around that mountain over and over again, message me so we can cover it in one of these sessions during our 30 days. So I am Cheryl. I'm your motivational coach, your speaker, your author. Woo! Coming in January. And I'm just grateful. You guys make sure you do that. And I will see you tomorrow for day 13. Cheryl, thank you so much for joining me. What did you say? We're in this together. We have to remember that we are not alone. This is the big self-sabotaging thought from me. Yeah, me too. We can become unstuck and become all that we're destined to be in order to help others to do the same. I love you and I appreciate you too. Deborah, thank you for joining me today. Papio. Let me go up. Hopefully I said that correctly. And Monette, thank you for joining me. Deborah, we're going to do this journey together. My sister, cousin, sister-in-law, family, I'll put it that way. Diana, we're going to make a difference here in Woodland Hills. We're going to make a difference here in Los Angeles, in California, in the state, in the nation. We together are going to make a difference. And I will see you guys tomorrow for day 13.